Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Tesla just embarrassed the whole car industry with their amazing Q1 earnings call. Q1 earnings call was just one big test slap to the whole car industry. Tesla blew every expectation out of the water as usual, and the growth in their financial is even more impressive than their already insane growth in production. And we will take a look at all these numbers in this video, but Tesla also dropped a few bombshells in this earnings call, so we of course have to talk about that as well, because as I've been talking about all year, Tesla just seems more and more confident in their full self-driving software, and after the earnings call, well, I think it's safe to say they are very confident and had some very bullish announcements. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So let's start with some of all these insane numbers Tesla showed. So the big overall number, like total revenue, grew 81% year-over-year in Q1 to $18.8 billion. Remember, only 3 years ago in 2019, the entire year's revenue was $24.5 billion. And the Q1 numbers compared to 2019 Q1 numbers are up over 4x. Just insane. And I think James has the best chart showing the growth in revenue on this chart. And as we can see, it has grown 7x over the last 5 years and is speeding up. But if they can 7x that again over the next 5 years, that would be $130 billion in revenue in Q1 of 2027. Do you think that would be possible? Let me know in the comments below. And total gross margin of Q1 was 29.1%. Yes, another new record. Previous record was 27.4% in Q4 last year. And operating margin was 19.2%. This is just stupid. To compare to GM that just has above 8% and Ford has just above 7% and Volkswagen that just have about 6% operating margin. Tesla 19.2%. And total gross profits of $5.4 billion, only up like 147% year over year. This is just nutty, but we are just getting started. Because something I keep an eye on is operating income, because we did talk about this after the 2021 final year earnings call, because Tesla actually beat Ford in 2021 in operating income, with Tesla's $6.5 billion and Ford's at $4.5 billion. And I expected Tesla to get much higher here in 2022 and probably even beat GM that has a target of $12 to $15 billion in operating income here in 2022. And Tesla just showed they are well on the way of doing just that. So Tesla's operating income grew a minor 507% from $594 million to $3.6 billion. Remember, they did about $6.5 billion in 2021 and they just did 3.6 in only 1 quarter. They normally make more operating income in Q2 than Q1 and Q3 than Q2 and so on, but if they just stay the same and don't make more operating income, Tesla will end up with $14.4 billion in operating income in all of 2022. Just amazing. That will probably be more than what GM is able to do. And that would be very embarrassing if that's the case. But to embarrass the rest of the automotive industry just a little bit more, Tesla grew their already leading automotive gross margin, including regulatory credits, that actually grew and was record high for a quarter, so there's still OEMs just giving Tesla free money. Embarrassing. But Tesla's automotive gross margin was 32.9%. Are you freaking kidding me? So of course their bottom line, the health of the company is looking better than ever. Adjusted EBITDA was $5 billion, up 173% year over year. And Tesla just continued to embarrass the old OEMs that is drowning in debt, because Tesla paid off more debt and is now down to $88 million total debt, excluding vehicle and energy production financing. We usually talk about debt in billions because many of the other guys have hundreds of billions of dollars in debt. So Tesla's debt is less than $0.1 billion. And they used some of the couple of $1 billion in free cash flow to do that because their bank account did not shrink. Still $17.5 billion in the bank and now pretty much no debt. But remember, they also just built 2 new factories and didn't have to use any of their cash on hand. Yeah, Tesla is just such a healthy business, it is ridiculous. And I was very surprised to hear the very positive outlook of Q2, because Tesla did just confirm that they had lost almost a month of work time in Shanghai because of the COVID lockdown. Their most productive factory at this point, but they still expected to be able to make pretty much the same deliveries as in Q1, maybe even beat it, because they are seeing Shanghai really hitting new records in production rate. Oh man, it is impressive what they do in Shanghai. But then in Q3 and Q4 the production will be substantially higher. Oh yes. So Elon was very confident in making still 50% growth this year, maybe even 60+%, so 1.5 plus million cars is still their goal. And they did talk about the Model Y, and it should be a much faster ramp than before because they have done a lot to improve and simplify the production of the Model Y in Berlin and Texas. So I think I'm sticking with my estimate of 100,000 Model Ys from Berlin and 150,000 for Texas, if they should be able to ramp it up faster than Shanghai, because they did do about 110,000 in the first 9 months of operation in Shanghai with the Model Y. So very impressive if they can actually pull that off. And Tesla also showed just how more simple the Model Y in Texas and Berlin will be by going from 171 pieces down to 2 and saving more than 1,600 welds. The time and money saved here is just nuts. Something BMW will never save because they cannot see the benefits of these big castings. Oh, poor BMW. You are so doomed because you have a CEO and leaders that simply don't understand it, stuck in their old ways. But Tesla got to embarrass the old OEMs just a little bit more, as they showed this chart that not only are some still giving Tesla money in regulatory credits, but they are also spending millions of dollars to make ads for the Super Bowl. Like Polestar that spent millions of dollars to take some shot at Elon and Tesla. But as we can see here, after the Super Bowl, Tesla's orders increased quite a bit. Oh, the poor competition. Yes, an ad for an EV will result in customers doing a bit of research and of course compare it to a Tesla, and we'll see Tesla is still the best value for money, hands down. So OEM spends billions of dollars on ads to promote Tesla. And Tesla talked a little bit about the price increases and material cost. And because Tesla's waiting time to get your car from when you order it is so long, they are rising the prices because some of these cars will not be delivered before next year. So they are being proactive, not reactive to the rising prices because of the increase in material cost that they believe will happen over the next 4 quarters. And speaking of materials, Tesla also said that they already recycle about 50 tons of material and expect that to ramp up to 150 tons in the near future. And they are recycling aluminum pieces they chop off when they do stamping and so on, and then just simply throw them back in the melting pot. And they can even recycle pretty much any aluminum. So Tesla will even recycle legacy aluminum wheels. So we could see old BMW wheels being recycled and used for large casting parts for the Model Y. That would be so funny. Tesla recycling old legacy automakers to make new Tesla. Love it. And we did also hear about Tesla's huge potential business that is starting to make wave: Tesla Insurance. Tesla expects to be the biggest insurer of Teslas in Texas very soon. They are already the second biggest insurers of Tesla in Texas today, and we have heard they just expanded to more states, so this is going to be such a big business in just a few years' time. And Elon did also confirm that they are still on track for starting production of the Cybertruck in 2023. Just nice to hear that. But one of the biggest bombshells was Elon mentioning the robotaxi. As we already know, they will make a dedicated robotaxis and already have the design ready for that car with no steering wheels and no pedals, pretty much just rethinking what a car is. But they aim for volume production of that car already in 2024. Wow, that is bullish. So again, Tesla shows just how confident they are in their full self-driving software, and Elon still thinks they will have a car that are safer than a human this year. And they have over 100,000 beta testers right now, but will release full self-drive beta to all of the US this year. Oh boy. I did make a whole video about how Tesla's full self-driving is an AI program and how a system like that learns exponentially, and I still think that is what people are forgetting. Yes, Elon has been wrong before on full self-driving, but that was before Elon realized that the only way to solve true full self-driving was to solve a big part of real-world AI. But they have known that for a very long time now, and now we are seeing the beginning of the exponential S-curve of Tesla's AI learning how to drive. Remember, they are selling exponentially more cars. They are getting exponentially more full self-driving beta testers. They are getting exponentially more real-world data, and Dojo Computer will make sure they will be able to go through exponentially more data than before. So yes, this is about to take off in the learning like we usually see with AI programs. Slow in the beginning, but mind-blowingly fast at the end. So my prediction from a couple of years back that I said that Tesla would have a full self-driving car by 2022, well, I'm still sticking with that. There might not be many places it would be allowed to drive still, but Tesla will have it, and Tesla will have a couple of years then to show how safe they are compared to humans to regulators all around the world, so they can start production of their dedicated robotaxis in 2024. Man, if they pull this off, even if it's pushed out a year or two and won't happen before 2025 or 2026, still, just try to imagine how many robotaxis Tesla will be able to spit out in a year and earn about $30,000 per car per year going forward. That is just growing exponentially. Man, Tesla's financials will grow exponentially as well within this decade. Boy, people are not ready for this. Tesla is so undervalued, it is ridiculous. And Elon, of course, said, I have never been more excited for Tesla's future than now. Well, that makes two of us, Elon. That makes two of us. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.